What's going down? It's your boy YTC coming back with you at another video. It's been a long time since I've done Giants content, but I'm back. And my boy, our favorite running back, Android 26, good old Saquon Barkley, decided to, go on an interview. I think recently, a few days back. Basically, he talked about the whole contract situation, basically, and Saquon, and the article reads here: Giants running back Saquon Barkley to miss minicamp and mid-contract negotiations. It's all about respect. So to go more in here, um, I'm gonna read the whole thing and then give my thoughts upon it. I think they're open to talking to me. I'm open to talking, said Saquon per ESPN. I think at the end of the day, it really breaks down to looking at it first as a whole. There is no rush. There's still time to get a table done and by July 17th. July 17th is not tomorrow. It's not in a weekend. This is how I look at it. I agree. I mean, a lot could happen in between this current date right now right now today, currently as of this recording, it's June 12th. A lot can get done within a month and 5 days from now on, so you never know. So we're not going to know the whole situation until he, decides to leave or, we decide to trade him beforehand or actually pay him. Maybe if you look at it from a naive way, maybe that's a naive way to look at it. I could be completely wrong, but for me, that's how I look at it. I could be completely wrong. Hopefully, I trust the Giants. We can get something done. I hope so too. But and then he goes. That conversation comes up if we don't get something done by June 17th. At the end of the day, it's all about respect. That's really what it is. He's talking about the fact of that he won't rule out the possibility of him sitting out, which is the name of the video. So yeah, he didn't rule it out if they weren't able to reach an agreement by July 17th. I mean, pretty much a month and 5 days is enough to get done. And I'm sure they're currently trying to get something done, or at least try to speed it up as of this recording today. But we'll see from there. But my thoughts upon it, Saquon, you really need to reevaluate your circle, man. I honestly think your agent really underestimated the value, overestimated the value for running backs. Really, it's not the same as it used to be. 10 years ago when running backs were a necessity for a team that weren't when they weren't passing the ball as often as today's NFL. I really think she overvalued the market for running backs. It's not the same as before. And secondly, Saquon, we offered you 14 million. I think they offered you 14, I believe, and you turned it down. Well, because it's not fully guaranteed, I'm assuming, or something. Saquon, you're one of the best players on the team right now. That's not Daniel Jones, Andrew Thomas, Dexter Lawrence, and fucking whoever, Kayvon or Waller, whatever you want to decide. But come on now, you turned that down. You should be lucky they even thought of you in that high regard that to give you 14 mil. You can go test the market as July 17th. I can guarantee you right now, nobody's paying you 14 mil or what you want. Go ask Le'Veon Bell what happened when he tried to hold out a year, by the way, if you do intend sitting out the year. Go ask Le'Veon Bell what happened to his career when he thought. Go ask what happened. And secondly, Saquon, you're not the number one guy anymore. In terms of, the game plan, sure, we gave you the ball a lot in the first half of the year where you were getting 20 carries a game, But once they started to trust Jones more, like you even admitted in your own interview, where he said after the Lions game you got banged up, with the injury, and you decided to they decided to gear more to a passing offense. Once they saw Jones was the guy, they knew you weren't the necessity anymore. This is Jones' team more than it is your team, to be honest, because we're going to be passing the ball more. If you look at the weapons we got around, it's more speed on the outside and, a number one target like a Kelsey type of tight end. We're running that KC offense because, ironically, we have Mike Kafka as our coordinator because he ran that same type of offense with Patrick Mahomes as the quarterback coach. So, yeah, we're going to be passing the ball more. You're not going to be the necessity like you once were, Saquon. If you don't want to, play for the team, that's fine because we got Eric Gray. We got more guys more hungry than you, if that's the case. And secondly, no one's breaking the bank, like I said, for you. As talented as you are, it's just your position's very expendable and a dime a dozen, very replaceable. That's just a tough reality. No matter how much you want to feel no matter how much you want to feel, your position's very undervalued because Josh Jacobs, those Derrick Henry, and those other guys you listed in your interview weren't able to test the market. Either way, they weren't going to get the bag. The only outlier was Christian McCaffrey. He's the only outlier towards that market. No one's paying that same market, just like no one is paying that big market like Deshaun Watson with that whole Browns contract, because nobody wanted to pay around 46 after the Deshaun deal, unless you're fucking Jalen Hurts or Lamar. They didn't want to pay that contract anymore. That whole Deshaun Watson scared the entire NFL commission of owners after that whole thing. That's the only outlier out there. No one's giving that contract, just like no one's giving you that contract for running backs. Saquon, if I'm you, just take the deal while you can. And, you already have familiarity with New York. You said you wanted to be a Giant for life. Prove how much that value means to us fans. Rooting for you, wearing your jersey every Sunday. And secondly, you play in New York of all places. You play in New York. You cannot tell me you're not going to get a big market out there. A big market with all these endorsements like Nike or fucking Adidas and whatever top tier, brands are out in New York right now, wouldn't pay you a bag to compensate for that half of the money you want to seek. Come on now. You got to play ahead of the game. It's not the same as it used to be for running backs. You got to think ahead. But that's my thoughts upon it. Hopefully we're able to get something done with Saquon. I would want to keep him around the running backs market, but it is what it is. So that's about it for this video. Hopefully we're able to get something done with him. So hopefully, yeah, that's about it really. I don't got nothing much else. Hopefully it gets done. YTC out.